Well, hello everyone listening to this or listening to me right now, and it might be in replay that you're listening this or me. I keep saying this and me. How about that? But welcome, welcome, welcome. The show will be starting in about 2 minutes, and we'll get right into the show. So, if you've never been here before, know that I am a psychic natural
The show is about to begin.
natural born empath. What I do best is read people, and I can connect to your loved ones most of the time that are on the other side. The stronger connection I have to you, the easier it is for me to connect to your loved ones on the other side. And I do free readings here every Tuesday. No problem. Just come to the show and you will get a free reading. And know that today's show is Embrace Your Power. So I will talk about that for a little bit once the show starts. And also know if you get into the show and when I'm on video, and I will be on video in
Stay
about a
tuned.
minute,
The show is about to begin.
if my image is not fitting the screen properly, just pinch it down, and it will come right into frame. Because I don't want you to look at me, see me like I'm just all zoomed in. Want you to be able to see me and I'm looking normal, which would be good, which would be real good. And also remember, when you are watching in replay, you can fast forward right into the show so you don't have to listen to me ramble on a little bit. And remember to do some reactions if you wish. Okay, the show will be starting any moment now. I'll be right back. Well, welcome, 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 welcome. I can't really tell how many people are in the audience right now because they have changed the app some and the font is so small and I am using my iPhone, so it's difficult to see. But welcome. I'm your host, Anthony Cordoba, Tony C, the man about love. Yes, I am. That's who I am. And Jill, do you have something to say?
Yes. Geraldine is in the audience,
Oh, hi, Geraldine, my
and
friend.
Geraldine would like a reading.
Oh, that'll be great, Geraldine. I remember, I'm pretty sure you're the same Geraldine I read before. So I'm looking forward to that. You have such a great energy that I'm really looking forward to that. Um, so I'm going to say this again. If anybody's here that didn't hear it in the pre-show talk that I do about all this little stuff. I am a psychic natural born empath. So the way I read people is probably different than you've seen psychics do it in the past. I tap into your soul, who you are, who you truly are. So I'm not and I can, if you want to say I'm a medium, but I don't really promote myself that way. But I can contact or make connection to your loved ones. The better connection I have to you, the easier it is to connect to them on the other side, which is cool. And typically, I usually enjoy that because sometimes your loved ones that are on the other side allow me to feel what it's like on the other side. And that is like the best gift I can get. It's such a wonderful feeling. I wish everyone on this planet could understand that feeling. The world would be a different place. seriously, if they could feel it like I do. That's why I talk about all the things about love and connectedness and all the things we need to do to make this world a better place, but make your experience while you're here a better place and more fulfilling. Okay, well, I think that's all I'm going to say about that for now. I'm going to get into the topic for the show, and I'm only going to talk about this for a little bit, and then Geraldine will get into doing a reading for you, uh, which was I'm looking forward to that because your energy is so good, so good. All right, so tonight's episode is about embrace your power. Embrace your power. We all have power. So, what do I mean by power? Do I mean physical strength? No. Do I mean your intelligence? It could be. That's part of your power. But I'm more talking about your spiritual power and what you can do with that. Now, there are, people like me that are psychics, that are healers, that are empaths, and we all, even though, we get put under that umbrella, we all do things a little bit differently. But what I've noticed is that we tend to come up with the end results. The end results is the same. So we may have a different way of getting to the answer or connecting to your loved one on the other side. Different ways of helping you. Some people use tarot cards. Some people see images. See, I don't see images of people. Actually, sometimes I do, but those are usually in visions, which is different. So embracing your power. We're all born, all human beings are born with these abilities, these psychic abilities, these empathic abilities. We're all born with them, okay? But some of us are born uh, with more of it than others, like me. Like when I'm born, I was born feeling people, just feeling what they feel like and their emotions and all of that. And like I don't consider myself to be a physical empath. Physical empaths will actually feel your physical pain, and they can also determine where that pain is. So if you have pain in your pancreas, a physical empath can find that for you and direct you. They might say, go to a doctor. Okay. But the deal is, we're all born with these gifts. The problem is that we are taught to ignore these things. We're taught that they're not real. It's this woo woo stuff, all woo woo and mysterious. Part of what I do in this show is I try to show people that it's not really all woo woo. It's all a part of us. And for instance, the way I read people on this show is by emotions. I attach to their emotions, to their soul, to who they truly are. So I feel different things you've gone through in your life. I feel the effect it may have had on you. Um, so that's what I do. But if we start paying attention to our natural gifts, and many people use the example I'm going to give now, um, to show you that yeah, you have gifts. Sometimes, the telephone will ring and you don't have to even look to see who it is that's calling. You say, oh, that's Janet. I know that's Janet. How do you know that? Maybe does Janet call you the same time every day? Maybe not. But sometimes you know it's Janet. And mothers, especially mothers can know, just know when there's something wrong with their children or their child. They just know something is not right. They feel it. And, they say that's a woman's intuition. That's how they explain it. But it's actually a woman's gifts, the things that she has. Um, my father had gifts, and he could always tell when there was something not right with me when I was going through something. He could always tell, but we need to start paying attention to those things and acting on them. So don't explain, oh, that's just my mind playing tricks on me. No, it's something that we can do. We're born that way, and we don't tap in to our abilities because of what our parents say and what society says. We don't want to be that weird person that believes in spirits, all of that woo woo stuff. But what I'm trying to say is it's not woo woo stuff. It's a part of us, just like breathing. But through time in our lives, we get away from it and we push it down and we push it down. So when you feel something weird, it's like something's not right. You might tell yourself, "Oh, I have to go to the grocery store to pick up some things. No big deal. You do it all the time." But maybe this day you you don't feel right about going to the grocery store. Something is telling you don't go to the grocery store. Something in your mind. Just don't go to the grocery store. Now, how do you know? And let's say you listen and you don't go to the grocery store. How do you know that that made a difference? In many cases, you don't know for sure unless you hear about some catastrophe happening at the store. You may not have gone to the store that day, and then you find out that there was a mass shooting at the store. And then you start, oh, wow, if I didn't listen to that voice in my head telling me don't go today, I was going to be there. And you need to mark that down and remember it and remember how it felt. And then quite often, we have our loved ones from the other side that will keep us from doing something. Like we'll use a car and going out to do something again. So let's say you go out, you're gonna go to the store again, and for some reason your car does not start. Your car's been running fine, but this day your car does not start for some reason. Okay, so then you might say, "Oh, well, I'll take the car to the shop tomorrow," right? Or I'll call and get the car picked up. But the next time you get in the car, it just starts right up. Everything is fine with it. So these types of things happen in our lives all the time. All the time. All we have to do is pay attention. And that is your power. You don't have to be a genius to do this. You don't have to have multiple degrees to do this. It is something we have in us already. It's there, and like I said, some people's abilities are more developed than others. They're built that way. Just like some people are built to be a gymnast. Some people are born with certain gifts more so than others. But once we identify what it is we can do and what we do best, like for me, the best thing I do is connect empathically to people. I know that's what I do best. There's many other things I can do, but what I that is what I do best. And I know this, so that's what I use most, and that's what I connect to. And being an empath allows me to go into other areas because of that gift. Okay, so there's other things that I see and know. And quite often, if you hear me say see, it doesn't necessarily mean I see it with my eyes. I see it empathically, I see it through emotions. So just know whenever I say see, even if I'm doing a reading and I'm talking to your loved one on the other side, I communicate with them differently than you and I communicate to each other. I communicate by their emotions, and then I have to translate the feeling I'm getting from them. And that's kind of how I do it. But somebody else might hear every word they say. And sometimes I do actually hear them say words, but mostly it comes to me by what I feel from them. Then so that's why it isn't 100%, because I may interpret something incorrectly, or I don't vocalize it the way your loved one might. And then all at the same time, your loved one may have me make gestures or say something exactly the way they would say it, but I don't even know I'm saying it exactly the way they would say it. That's just the way it comes out. So they have control of that to influence me in that way. So that's kind of it. I can probably talk for hours on this subject, but I am not going to because I'm at 15 minutes already. So now I am ready to open the floor to readings. Anyone that would like a reading, and I know, Jill, you told me Geraldine is here and she would like one. Is there anyone else? Hey,
Geraldine is on the stage, and Waleska is in the audience.
Waleska. Hello, Waleska. And does Lueska want a reading also? She does.
Hasn't said.
Okay, well, if you do, Lueska, just hit that ask button or comment button and say you would like one, and we will get you in. All right, but no pressure. No pressure. Well, here we are, Geraldine's smiling face, and let me get you cleared up here. Cool. There you are. Hi.
Hi.
I just love your energy, and I can hear you perfectly this time.
Oh, great. Just hope we
That
just
is great.
stay on the line.
Yeah, it was a little difficult the last time, but we
Yes.
still got it done. All right, so I don't have to really try to connect to you. I'm already connected to you. I've read you before. Um, so we can get right into it. What is it you'd like to know?
Well, there's several things, but I want you to tell me, what do you feel from me? What are
Well, I've already told you about your energy, that you are a very happy, positive person. Okay, and everybody can see that on your face and hear it in your voice. But I also told you the last time that there's also this grief that's in you, this like deep, deep grief.
Mhm.
Um, you don't let it get the best of you, and you don't let people see it, but it's there. So again, like the last time, there was issues over the many deaths that were in your family, that bother you, because there's things that are unanswered.
Yes.
So with your brother that we talked about that made his pilgrimage and then passed away, I told you about him already. Okay, and
Yes.
I hope that gave you some relief on that front. So actually, what I'm getting from you right now is there's another one of your loved ones that things are not still resolved in your mind about that death, that particular death. And I do know there's many in your family, and I do know you're concerned about why,
Mhm.
why is why so many deaths in your family, and that is well. Well, let me put it this way. All right, in some cases, and I don't want to go too deep into this. In some cases, families can be targeted. Okay. Now, when I say targeted, I'm not talking about targeted by some person here,
Mhm.
targeted by something negative on the other side. And that can get into many different things, okay? But that's not the case in your family.
Mhm.
Um, I don't feel any negative entity, let's just say an entity. I don't feel a negative entity that is causing these deaths. And I hate to say this, because it is so general and you've heard it before. Um, but for whatever reason, uh, the other side of the Lord, or Heavenly Father, uh, uh, decides it's their time. They've done what they have supposed to been here for. Now, when I say done, that doesn't necessarily mean that they did something amazing that the whole world would see.
Mhm.
What I mean is that their journey while they were here is done. Like
Mhm.
okay, now this gets, and I know a lot of people don't believe in reincarnation and the way people talk about reincarnation and coming back as a dog or a horse and
Mhm.
things like that. Um, most of us are just reborn as another person, okay? And when we come back, uh, we may have unfinished business or uh, things to learn, to continue learning. So in a past life, we may not have learned everything that we needed to learn. So, it and it wasn't going to happen while they were here. And it's time for them to go. When they
Mhm.
go, then they learn they're getting it's kind of like a learning place, and they get taught, they get shown their life and how it went down, everything in their life, the people they hurt, the good things they did, the bad things they did. And then they're supposed to learn from that. And then they'll be sent back. Now time is relative on the other side.
Mhm.
So for us, it might be 10 minutes. For us, it might be 100 years. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Before they come back. Okay. Um,
So
eh,
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I want to know. Like I said, I had several people gone, but one person I want to know if my mother was reaching out at any time.
Yes. All the time. Not at any time, all the time. And she still does. Um, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the show. We need to learn how to really pay attention. Okay. So she understands how much you miss her. And she's uh and sometimes when I tell you things, I may not know exactly why she is saying this, but she wants me to tell you she's not the same. She's not the same on the other side.
Mhm.
Now, I tell a lot of people that all the time, but this isn't me telling you that. That's her. She's saying she's not the same. She's a little different.
In what way?
Uh, the good stuff,
I said, in what way?
yeah, I'm giving you an answer right now.
Okay.
So, in the way is your mother had and still does a big heart. She had a big heart, but then there was a little bit of her that I'll just use insensitive. Does that make sense?
Used insensitive?
Insensitive. There was a little bit about her that was insensitive. So she had this really big heart, but there's a little bit about her that was insensitive. And this is her perspective. This is her
Mm-hmm.
saying it, not me. That there was
Uh-huh.
some of her that was a little insensitive, and that bothers her that she was that way while she was here, as kind and loving as she was. So
Mm-hmm.
it may not been insensitivity towards you. It could be towards other family members. It could be towards people in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that's what she wants you to know, is that she's learned to change that part, because that's what she didn't care about for
Mm-hmm.
herself, if that makes sense. And like you may not have known that, you may not have felt that from her, because as people, there's a lot of things about us ourselves that we may not let people know, that we feel certain things about ourselves. Like an example would be someone that is outwardly beautiful, but inside they felt like they were ugly. Okay, so that's just on them.
Mm-hmm.
She was feeling like she was a little insensitive towards people sometimes. So I'm not saying mean. I'm saying just insensitive. And this was her perspective because she was such a kind, loving person. Um, and you carried a lot of that on.
Hmm.
So but she's always trying to give you signs.
There are a lot of
Uh,
things
uh,
have happened in my house, like things falling.
mhm.
Uh,
What particular
that
things? What particular things are falling?
off my dresser, in the
Like what item?
hallway.
What item?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Okay.
a
Well,
lot of strange things. You
okay.
know.
Here's what I want you to do. And we can start within this show and after the show, and every time it happens, stop the wondering whether, hey, mom, was that you? Okay. Stop wondering about that and know that it is. It is her. Okay.
Well,
And
I do know that something fell off in my closet in my bedroom, fell on the
okay.
floor.
Uh huh. Yeah.
And I was trying to sleep, and it kind of woke me up.
I told you,
And
wake
I
up.
opened it. I said, "Mom, is that you?"
Yes. Well, now what I want you to do instead of saying, "Mom, is that you?" I say, "I know that's you, Mom." That's the difference. And what that is going to do is create a better connection
Hmm.
with her on the other side. Because right now, you're not 100% that it's hers. That's why you're asking me the question.
It could be somebody else that I know. That's true. That's true.
It,
I don't
it,
know.
it- yeah, you don't know, but usually the person that you think it is, that you automatically feel like it is,
Hmm.
that's who it is. Usually, in most cases, like 95% of the time, if that's the person you feel like it is, that is probably the person it is. And that's where I talk about pay attention to what you're feeling when these things happen. Your
Hmm.
first thought is usually the right thought.
Okay.
Usually. Yes. And then when you actually acknowledge her, you can talk to her just like you and I are talking. Okay? May not hear her,
Yeah.
but you will more likely feel her. So, oh, we just lost you.
Oh my goodness.
But we lost your video, but I can still hear you. So
Well, I'm
that's
glad you can hear me because I'm still here. But I tell you one thing: when I go to church, and I'm Catholic, but when we have
okay.
to say the Our Father and we hold our hands out, I believe I feel like
There you go.
somebody's holding my hand. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's somebody, my mother, my father, my brother. I feel like little impulse. You know what I mean?
Impulse, tingle. And do your
Yeah,
hands,
yeah.
yeah.
When I
And
hold
do
out
your
my
hands
hand, I said they
feel,
must be holding my hand as I'm saying the Lord's Prayer.
yes. And do your hands begin to feel a little warm, a little sweaty, like in the
No,
palm?
no,
No,
no.
they
Just little
just a
impulses.
little
No,
tingle.
no warm or sweaty yet. No,
Okay.
no. So I
Okay.
don't know. But
So
anyway, you got other people to read, but I just wanted
no,
to know
I
that.
don't. I don't. You don't have to go yet. We can hang out here and talk. It's not a problem.
Okay, I don't want to take up anybody else's time.
No, if there's no one here that wants to get a reading, I will talk to you the whole show. It's okay. I I love doing this. Jill.
Yeah. Well, I know you told me about my brother. I don't know if he had any messages for me that I should be concerned about. Some unfinished business.
And I hate, I, I, I don't like that I have to give you this general answer, and I
Mhm.
don't know how it pertains to you. But what I'm picking up is don't be so concerned about, and I don't know what the issue was, but it's like, don't be so concerned about that. And I guess he's giving me just that. Like you would know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
But he's saying, don't be so concerned about that because that will work itself out. I'm feeling that this thing, this troubling thing, the more you focus on it, it doesn't help your health. So if you're focusing on this thing, this problem, it's not helping your health.
Mhm.
So it's yeah, and that's all I'm getting on that. Um if something comes through while we're talking some more on that, I will let you know. But I do want to say something about your brother and when I connected to him the last time.
Mhm.
So he is one of the few souls from the other side that allowed me to feel the other side through him.
Mhm.
And it's a feeling that I love. um, people that uh, everybody that does what I do, they don't feel the other side.
Mhm.
Um, because I've been doing this my whole life. This is just another one of the ways I communicate, the way I feel people. But feeling the other side is like a gift to me.
Mhm.
So my father let me feel the other side. Uh, what you would call what I call a spirit guide or an angel has let me feel the other side. Um, there was a couple of people from the well, a particular person on the other side just came through on me while I was talking to her daughter, not even doing a reading.
Mhm.
And she came through to me and gave me messages, but she also let me feel the other side and the love that comes through the um all of the bad stuff we feel emotionally on this planet while we're here, it's not there.
Mhm.
So envy, jealousy, hatred, anger, all of these negative emotions that we go through here, it's just not there. It's non existence. It's all love and kindness and compassion and empathy on the other side. We're not able to feel it here.
Yeah.
Okay. We just can't. It's the love. It's the Jesus kind of love. Okay. And we tend not to be able to do that here because we are petty.
Mhm.
We're petty people. And it's kind of human nature. So every time I connect with someone on the other side and they allow me to feel that, it's a gift to me. And this is why I love doing this. Usually after this show, especially if I connect to someone on the other side that lets me feel that, I feel great. you know, sometimes it lasts for an hour, sometimes two, sometimes only 5 minutes. But I love feeling that. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry because I'm stopping. I guess while I'm saying that, there's another loved one of yours is coming through. I feel female.
Mhm.
I don't. I don't usually get. They don't usually give me names. They give me what I'm feeling of them. Uh, yeah, she's female and she is smiling. She's saying she's happy that you're doing this. This is talking to me.
Mhm.
She's happy that you're doing this because this is helping you. And I promise you, this isn't me. This isn't my thoughts. This is because for me, it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
You know what she's saying because the message is for you.
Mhm.
She's saying, and when I say she's saying, it means I'm feeling this from her. Okay.
Is she giving you some idea of who she is?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Any any loved ones pass, and I'm really reaching on this because
A whole lot.
usually usually I don't get names, but I'm seeing E. Are there any of your close relatives female with the E sounding E? I feel like EL, but I don't know. I like I said, I'm not good with names. Let's see. I'm seeing. Well, she's trying to show me. Mm, 5 when she was here, maybe 5'5", 5'4" in that area. Uh, full body.
Hmm.
No,
Well,
I'm getting full body. Like she wasn't a skinny woman. She wasn't, like a really overweight woman, just full.
all her life.
No, no, she's full when she was older.
Mm.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not always right about these things when I'm seeing a full woman. And like I said, I can be wrong. Like I said, sometimes I can tell you, oh, I'm 90%, sometimes
She's not
60%.
giving me anything else as far as when she was here, something that I would recognize which one of these people that I would recognize this to be.
I'm I'm trying. I'm trying, but I'm not there yet. You're back again. You went away
Yeah.
for a little
Mhm.
bit. Um she's showing me and like she has this, and I know people wear many things throughout their life, but she was the type of person that liked to dress this way. And I'm seeing like a whitish dress with flower prints on it. No, nothing. Well, I don't know who this is then, but that's what I'm seeing. And she has a smile like yours. Her smile is like yours.
Hmm.
I I don't know. This is who I'm seeing. I don't know who they are.
No, no, nothing in appearance other than she's a little bit on the stout side and smile like mine, but nothing else. Nothing about
No.
color of eyes, hair, or something that stands out to let me know who this may be.
Again, I'm really not sure. I'm just kind of reaching here. When you said eyes, I saw like green or hazel color eyes.
Mm.
Nothing. I don't know who this person is. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm not getting. And it was like they just came in all of a sudden. I don't know who this person is. It might not even. No, it still feels like they're connected to you. Um, and they're definitely a relative.
Hmm.
Okay, I want you to think about. Um, Now they're definitely a relative of yours
Okay.
on your mother's side. So it could be a person that like a grandparent or great grandparent or a great aunt, something like that, but they're definitely related to you on your
Okay.
mother's side. It's somebody that passed away quite a while ago. So
Hmm.
it's not one of the people that you were concerned about passing away. One of the many people that you knew that passed away in your family. It's before then.
Then I may not know them.
You may not know them, but they're definitely a relative
Hmm.
on your mother's side. And she would dress. She liked to dress with dresses a lot. Like if she went to church, she would be wearing something like white flowery dress. See, that's what she liked to dress that way.
Hmm.
Dress would go down uh, about 3 inches, maybe below her knee, and she would wear shoes with a small heel on it. She never wore like high heels or stilettos. She liked wearing more sensible small heel shoes.
Hmm.
If you
What about her
haven't,
hair? Anything about her hairstyle?
um, about just above her shoulders and wavy, and she's showing just below her shoulders wavy, and she's showing her with some gray. Not a lot, just some.
I don't know who that is.
If you have any old photo albums, go through some of the old photo albums and you'll probably find her if
Hmm.
you have any.
In fact, I have. I'm the one
That keeps
that.
everything.
Well, it was given to me. It was given to my mother, and now I have everything.
Go through them. go through them, because a lot of times when it's relatives, we we may not have met. We just pass by it. You know,
Mhm.
when we're looking through pictures. Oh, I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? Go back through it. When I was talking about, you know, I tell you percentages. Now, the more I talk about her, um, the more I'm like 75%. It was one of your older relatives. You probably didn't meet her, but she's one of your relatives. And yeah, she she just wants you to be happy. She's just like, yeah, you're doing good. She doesn't want you to worry about some things. And there's several things. But she doesn't want you to worry about them. Um, just be happy. See, because everybody's watching out for you. Okay? And
Mhm.
I'm talking about people on the other side, relatives, and we all have relatives on the other side. So quite often, relatives that we haven't met are watching out for us also. What the connection is, specifically why she's coming through, you might maybe part of your name is in her name, like a middle name or something like that. But there's
Well,
some type, you know. Before I was saying I was reaching. I'm not really sure, but now I'm. The more I do this, the more I'm sure it's one of your relatives from the past on your mother's side, and she's really proud of you. And there's some other little connection, um, that you're like extra special to her. That she wants to keep a closer eye on you.
hmm.
I don't know who it is. Like I said, I don't
I
get
do have an
names.
aunt, but uh,
I don't know.
I guess I need to.
Go through that photo album. Go through that photo album and look. And I think
When you
she's
said
probably,
light color eyes and that I don't know. I had that.
yeah. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like these lighter color hazel eyes.
Hmm.
That's that's what I'm seeing. The only thing I know for sure is she's one of your relatives on your mother's side, and she's really watching out for you. This I know because she came through for other people that weren't coming through on the other side. She
Hmm.
was like the strongest. So I don't know. You know, sometimes I tell people things and I'll, you know, just like you, I don't know, I don't know for sure, and then we'll find out later. Oh yeah, that's that's who that is, or that's who that was. Um, the best way to find who she was, because I don't have her name. I see something like E L E, but I don't have her name, and she might be two two generations, 2 3 generations ago.
Okay.
Like you may have been born not long after she passed. And yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling. You were born, when I say not long, it could be 2 or 3 years, maybe 2 years or less. 2 years or less after she passed away, you were born.
So I wouldn't have known her.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying look through the photo album. If you have the photo album that your mother had and all of that, you wouldn't have known her, but she knows you. She she knows you. So,
Oh.
this is gonna like drive me crazy. Like even after the show is over, the next time I see you, I might say, I know who it was now.
Uh-huh.
But right now, that's all I'm getting. But yeah, I'll be interested to see because yeah, in the beginning I wasn't sure, but yeah, now I'm pretty doggone sure. It's one of your relatives from long ago. You never met her, but she has a connection not only because of your relatives, but there's another connection to you, like a namesake or something like that.
Mm. I don't know who that is. I mean, I was named after my mother. My first name, the same as my mother's, but there's nobody else that I know in my family that would have any of my other names.
Something middle name, middle. Then it would have to be a middle name or something.
Then I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but go and look back through the photo album. Yeah, yeah. Go look back through the photo album. I keep seeing. I'm seeing more and more. Um, yeah. Go back and look. Go through
And
it.
you said a E or L or something like that. I
Yeah.
will.
Now, don't hold me to that. Like I said, I'm not really good with names. I'm not
Okay.
good with names while I'm here. Okay. I'm calling my kids the wrong name. I'm call that I do all the time. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not perfect. I know that's my weak point when it comes to readings. Names I don't do well with names, but
Mhm.
what a person feels like I do very well with it. So yeah, for real, yeah. Look through the photo album. That's where
Mhm.
I keep getting. That's where you're going to find her.
Well, I'll certainly look because I got all the pictures.
Yeah. Now I know I said on your mother's side, and I still feel that, but also look on your father's side. But I still feel like she's on your mother's side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't pinpoint that more for you,
Uh-huh.
but I am more sure about about this woman on the other side.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So, but just to let you know, there's people on the other side really watching out for you. And remember, when these things happen in your room, things are falling and all of that.
I'll pay attention to what it is that fell.
Pay attention to what it is and start talking to your mother the same way you and I are talking. And
Yes.
that's going to make a better connection to her.
Mhm.
And the more you do it, the easier it will be to do.
Mhm.
And then before you know it, you'll be coming here doing readings for me. Which
Are
would
you
be
picking that up on me?
yeah, you can do that.
Mhm.
You can do that. You just been quiet about it. You know it. But you can do that. Yeah, so it will start to come easy the more you connect to your mother, and being able to feel them on the
Mhm.
other side. It'll give you peace. It'll give you a lot of peace. Um, because as happy as you are and such a positive person, um, we all have some stuff in us that we need to let go.
Mhm.
So it'll help you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
All right. Yeah, we've been on here just about an hour.
Yes.
Time for me to wrap up the show. Jill, do you have something to say?
I do. First of all, hi, Geraldine. It's nice to see you. It's always fun to talk to you. And then Tony, I wanted to acknowledge other people in the audience. First of all, one reason why Waleska didn't ask for a reading is because wherever Waleska is, it was 3 a.m.
Oh,
And Waleska woke up
Asleep.
and for some reason she just logged in. Stacy is
Oh,
here and Dion is here as well.
well, hello,
And
Stacy
Geraldine, I'm
and
going to take you off the
Dion.
stage.
okay. Thank you. How long would the replay be if I want to hear it?
Forever.
I mean, how soon would it be for the
Oh,
replay?
Immediately.
immediately, probably within 4 or 5 minutes after the show.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah.
know I didn't get the replay until like about several days. This last one, the first one I had.
If it doesn't come up immediately, log out of the show to where it's not on your phone or anything, and
Mm-hmm.
then log back into it, and then it may come up then.
Okay.
Kind of refresh, and
Uh-huh.
then you'll see it. But yeah, it should come up. And actually, you know what? I think there was a glitch a couple of weeks ago where
Okay.
the show didn't pop up until like like you said, 4 or 5 days later.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that show. But this show, if there's no glitches, you should be able to see it pop up like 5 or 6
Mm-hmm.
minutes after the show.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
Cool. It's always good to see you. You
Okay.
actually make me feel good.
Okay. Okay.
All right. See you later.
All righty. Bye.
All right. Much love to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will. Now, Jill, so there's no other question or anything anybody wants to ask real quick, and I can do that.
Not that I see, no.
Not that you see. All right. Well, then I guess it's time to play in some music and to get out of the show. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone that came to the audience. I always love that you're here. I'm sorry that I couldn't give a name for this other relative Geraldine had to come through, but I'm pretty sure on this one. Also, next week's show. All right, I'm going to tell you this right now. And this is, I think, a good subject. But next week's show is your loved one a ghost? That's a good question. Jill just looked like, what? I didn't know you were going to do that show. Is your loved one that passed on a ghost? You might want to know because Geraldine's got stuff falling off her shelves in her closet and all that. Is that the work of a ghost? Let's find out next week. So that, I think that might be a little interesting. Yeah. All right. The music you hear now is called Feel Freedom by Mix Sound. There was a little music I played before I started doing the soul readings, and that was Path of Less Resistance. And the music that opened the show was Feel the Wave by Emilio Monroon. Yes, it was. Again, all of you, thank you for coming. Please come again. I would love to connect to you and give you a reading. And mind you, my readings really focus on you. This is what I do best. So if you have anything going on in your life that you're curious about, switching jobs, relationships, whether you should move or not, all of these questions that we have every day that may be a dilemma for us, I will tap into you and I can tell you whether that's the right thing to do. So that's the music. I'm going to take myself off a video. Yes, I am. Video should be gone. And I'm going to try to close out this show. And as usual, I love you all. please come back next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and check me out. And I'd love to see you again. So, bye.